Welcome back, everybody, to another live session, long overdue, per usual. I'm going to leave this one up. So I'm going to start it off by giving you guys a small health update. I realized that in the past 6 weeks, the channel has gained a ton of new subscribers and they have a lot of questions. So I just want to address that real quick. As of right now, things are stable. Everything is stable. I successfully got off antibiotics about 3 weeks ago. So that's a huge win. Mobility on the inside of the mouth is not as good. Luckily, I can still talk good, but eating is harder than ever. So, as you guys know, I had a big hole in the front of my chin that was open for close to 4 months and was just constantly leaking pus. And that hole finally closed. So hold on, let me. Yes, I am Dutch. Ik ben Nederlandstalig, kaasrolletje. No, it's not late here, Wraith. Keep the questions coming, guys. I'm going to be answering all your questions. So just type down your questions and I'll be getting to them. So just to get back to the health update. I'm off antibiotics. The hole is closed. Eating is very difficult, but I'm just happy to not have the leaking hole wound here anymore. And yeah, the idea was to keep the process to get bottom teeth installed moving forward. But I gotta be honest, not having had stable health for the past couple of months, I have definitely realized that I want to take it slow. And I am not looking to get more surgeries done in the next couple of months because I want to live, I want to create, I want to be healthy, I want to go to the gym. And yeah, I just want to enjoy this health for a while and then we'll see. I have received a ton of emails from a bunch of different people telling me they were in similar situations where they needed plastic surgery to look better and the doctors kept pushing them to get more work done. But it was so gruesome and painful and hard and so many complications that many of them said at a certain point, look, I'd rather walk around not looking perfect than to get more surgeries done. So that's definitely food for thought. So let's get to these questions though. Wraith, I love you too. I need this type of confidence in my life. By the way, guys, just because we're still getting started, I am still taking on new clients. For those who are not aware, this basically what I do full time is I coach people. So if you are dealing with anxiety, low self-esteem, depression, or if you're just trying to get your life together and start over and you need guidance with that, you need a mentor, that's what I do. So if you send me an email, we can talk about you hiring me. My email is lorenz.priest@gmail.com. So yeah, if you want to turn things around, I work with video calls, so we can do this on a personal basis. That's basically how it works, and daily text and audio messages. Kaasrolletje, I subbed to you like ages ago, but I got you on my recommended now. Yeah, YouTube is weird, guys. For whatever reason, YouTube doesn't really promote my material that much, but it is what it is. I can't control that. How are you, brother? How have you been the last weeks? It's been rough, but just working, trying to get better, writing in my book. I also spent some time in Austria in the mountains, and that was absolutely amazing. Greetings from our family. Thank you. AW, in your recent video where your surgery went wrong and that white piece was showing on your lower jaw, what was that white piece showing? So that white piece was actually a so-called plate. So that was something that my surgeons had printed to fit on the inside of my mouth. And the idea was that first they operated on the inside of my jaw. They basically cut out on the inside. They carved a cheek. Obviously, the body always has a tendency to heal, to get together, pull together and heal. And whenever this happens, the wound just heals and then you're just left with nothing. So they make an incision, they create a cheek, and then they put that plate in there to keep it stretched out so that the body can't close, if that makes sense. And then after a time, the idea was to take out a plate, and then voila, I would have a cheek, and I would have more space and more stretchiness. but didn't quite go down that way, obviously. The thing with my surgeries is everything is touch and go. Everything is just like, I don't want to say freestyling, but there's no precedence when it comes to my situation. When is your book coming out? I gotta finish it first. So I'm not gonna put a date on it. I gotta be honest, I've been super busy with, I'm still finding that balance between coaching clients, obviously making money, and continuing the creative process of finishing my book. But it's not done yet. But I do feel, the thing is now we're in July, we're in August. These are traditionally the months that people's social life is at an all-time high. Like it's hard to write in the summer times when there's so many social events. It's good weather. There's barbecues. There's weddings. I just went to a wedding 2 days ago. Um, so realistically, I don't think the book is going to come out before the end of the year. To be honest with you, how long does it take to write a book? Just curious. It takes as long as it needs. So I've heard people, some people they write a book in 6 months, and other people they write a book in 6 years. So I don't think there's really. Does it cost a lot? I have not determined the price of my book yet, but it'll be standard book price, like $25 or something like that, 25 euros, something like this, I guess. Nice to see you too, a chimp. Really appreciate your work and vids. You're an example and loved by many of us. Luan Racha, thank you so much, man. Where are you from? I appreciate that. I'm noticing you're an inspiration. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy that I found the time today to do a live. I have been trying to do one for, like, I like to, normally I do more lives, hence this being episode 137, I think, of me answering questions. So, yes, I do love to connect with you guys and talk to you one-on-one. This is something that I thoroughly enjoy. Common sense. I would definitely make sure that your jaw heals completely. I will say your face definitely looks more symmetrical. Yeah, me too. Like, even though the surgeries didn't go as planned, they still enhanced my overall look. Like, I look more balanced. I have a more symmetrical face. It looks better. So it wasn't for nothing. For sure, it wasn't. Hopefully, it'll get easier to eat soon. Yeah, eating right now is a nightmare. I literally have to stuff the food in with my finger, because the space in between my bottom and upper teeth is so small that it's just hard. Like, yeah, but it is what it is. Did that screw situation get solved? Well, I took it out and I never went back in, so I guess you can consider that solved. Hello, I'm on my way home from work, so happy I didn't miss this. Well, me too. By the way, guys, if you appreciate the live, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, and it obviously helps my channel to hit. If you guys hit the like button on these things. So, was I saying? Book, like I said, has been on hold a little bit. Life is definitely getting in the way, but that's fine. Like, it's also important that you continue to live life so that you actually have something to write about. Like, my book and all the things that I write about are just things that I observed. Like, all my content is literally me just living life, walking around, looking around, and looking at things and thinking about them and wondering, like, why, do people do X, Y, Z, and noticing things and noticing patterns and things like that. So I need to obviously live. Do you think that vaccine passports are a good thing or a bad? That is a very slippery slope. I was actually just discussing that with one of my best friends, just right now through text. Yesterday, I saw a video on Joe Rogan talking about that. Honestly, it's like, I feel like a lot of people should develop the possibility to say, I'm not gonna, form an opinion right now. Like, sometimes it's okay to kind of sit back, watch things unfold, and not take a point of view immediately. Obviously, I don't believe in restricting access to public spaces for people. I don't believe in that. At the same time, I also do understand the seriousness of COVID. So it's a very complex matter, and I'm not gonna say I'm pro or I'm con or anything like that because I just feel like I simply don't have enough information at this point to make a educated opinion on that. And guys, if you're watching this, listen, it's okay to say I don't know or I don't have an opinion. Don't let society, don't let the media especially, don't let politics push you into this corner where you feel like you always have to, you know, with us or against us. Like fuck that mentality. That's silly. Educate yourself before that you speak on something. And if you don't feel like educating yourself on something, then don't speak on it. And that's okay. It's okay not to have an opinion sometimes. Um, I lost 3 kgs. Good job, Alexandra. Does the editor edit it very few chapters or all at the end? So my editor, she basically edits my chapters once I finish them, and then I work on that some more. So it's some stuff is already edited. We're talking about my book, by the way, for those who are unaware. I run my own wellness service business, and one of the things I offer is coaching. I'm now looking for a coach of my own. How much are your rates? AW, I never discuss rates on my lives, so all you need to do is hit me up, man, and then we can talk about everything. This is my email address, renz.reeves@gmail.com. So anyone that is looking to hire me or get in touch with me to work with me, you can email me there. Hello, warrior. How are you? ¿Qué tal, Fernanda Godo? How are you today, Mrs.? Takes a big man to be able to admit that they simply don't know. Much respect. Well, guys, the fact of the matter is, no one knows. People are just saying what they think is best. So there's a big difference in that. Like anyone that's telling you that they know how to solve this whole COVID issue, they really don't. They're just making an estimated guess. It's impossible to know. All this stuff is new, and yeah, that's why you're seeing many different people with many different opinions on how we should take care of it. Can you buy me a house? Doubt it. You're welcome, AW. Don't forget to hit me up, man. Whoa, you pronounced my name correct. How do other people pronounce it then? Sounds like a pretty straightforward name, no? You're right. Nobody knows, but some do not admit it. Yeah, because people have been trained and conditioned to take a stance on everything. If you are not, otherwise you're a loser or you're dumb or you're this or you're that. Like this is what it is. It's polarizing now. That's the whole thing about media in general. You have to be pro or con, and everyone's an expert now. Hey, the front, what's up, buddy? How you been? How's your channel going? People think not having an opinion means you're indecisive. The problem is all of these things are based on what are people gonna think of me. It all comes down to that. Like I think you could easily state that 95% of human behavior can be traced back to basically being motivated by the question, what are people going to think of me? We do so many things just because we feel that otherwise we would get judged or we wouldn't belong. And from everything from having kids to buying a certain house to getting a certain job, like I really urge people to try to step outside of that mental cage where you're living your life for somebody else or for a society that doesn't really care about you. The front, awesome that I could finally make it to one of these. I hope you're doing well. Well, I'm glad that you made it here too, buddy. No one can do it since I'm Brazilian, not a common name. People keep saying it wrong. Oh, okay. You're still living in Brazil right now. I've been to Brazil, I've been to South America. My girlfriend is South American, so obviously I had a lot of experience with Spanish names. God bless you, sir. You're a warrior. Thank you. I'm so happy to see you're there. You're an inspiration. You're gorgeous. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You once said, even though I gotta say, this lighting is not doing me any favor. I look so red with this light, man. I swear I'm not looking this red if you see me in like normally. I look like a rooster or something. Anyway, um, Sue Pete, you once said when someone thinks their life totally sucks, you said how lucky they are because they could have been a rock. It's true. The fact that we all made it here is miraculous. Yeah, so that's something that I used to talk about a lot is perspective. You know, people come on these lives and they talk about they're miserable and they're sad and I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm too fat, I'm too short, I'm too, whatever. And I'm always talking about perspective, like you're living in 2021 with access to the internet and you are a human being. So you won the genetic lottery. You're not a rock on the moon, you're not a goldfish, you're not hair or a t-shirt, you're not a dog, you're a human being. So at the end of the day, you already won at life. You literally beat out thousands or 10,000s of sperm cells to win that race. So I'm not calling you a winner to make you feel better. That's a biological fact. So if you keep all those things into account, you should probably be grateful that you get to walk around autonomously and do what you want in life. And it's really that simple. If you stop doing what your parents want you to do, if you stop doing what society wants you to do, guess what? You're still going to be able to live and breathe and eat and sleep. The world is not going to open up and you're not going to fall into a pit of flames. And this is something that most people just don't understand. Mm. Nice jawline, dude. Why, thank you. Hey, Lewis, shout out to Australia. Cool, you know the Brazil. My name is Italian origin. Yes, I went to Rio de Janeiro during Carnival. Not the best experience. Well, Rio is beautiful and it's amazing, but people were kind of shitty. Not kind of, they were straight up shitty. I never felt more judged and treated poorly than I did when I was in Rio. Now I am aware that Rio and Brazil is not one and the same, so not the entire country of Brazil is represented by the way people in Rio act. But that was, yeah, quite bad. I never like people would stare me down, point at me, make ugly faces. Like that was quite a shock. But yeah, apparently people in Rio are very body oriented, very superficial. You also see it like the majority of people there get work done. They have plastic surgery done. So, and I also went at Carnival, which is like the height, which is like the celebration of aesthetic beauty. And then here I come, Freddy Krueger in a blue tank top, you know. How long did it take you to learn Spanish? I'm planning on moving out of Australia long term because things aren't great here. I'm planning on Mexico or Colombia. Any tips? Obviously, I would use Duolingo. I'm sure you're already aware of that. So that's the app called Duolingo. Also, the front, start listening to Spanish music, reggaeton, like simple music like Bad Bunny, for example. I'm not sure if you like that type of music, but if you listen to Spanish music all day long, right, you're gonna start memorizing certain catchphrases. And then what I recommend you to do is start listening to the songs that you like with the Google translated lyrics next to it. Before you know it, you're gonna know a few catchphrases. You can build on that. Also, the easiest way to learn a new language is by dating somebody that only speaks that language. So get yourself a Spanish speaking girlfriend that doesn't speak English, and trust me, it's all about motivation. You will be highly motivated to find out what she's telling you. So that's how I did it. Music, dating, and it doesn't hurt to watch a show, for example, like a Netflix show like Narcos in Spanish. You're still going to pick up words just from watching the subtitles, listening to the Spanish. That's the easiest way to do it. I never get a lie. I'm so happy. Well, I'm happy that you're happy then. You're so strong mentally and body. I adore you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey man, I'm looking great. This camera is very clear. Yes, this is my new camera. Well, I bought it I got it from my girlfriend. Excuse me, for my birthday 2 months ago, and I am in love with it. It's the Sony ZV-1. Yes, I love it too. I love it. Yes, Rio de Janeiro is not a place that I like to. I live in a small city in Sao Paulo. People in Rio are really not good. So I've heard. Well, not all of them, but yeah. Hey, come to India someday and make vlogs. It would be fun to watch. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I can't even believe people think or act like that. Well, you're not Freddy Krueger. I know, I'm just joking. I would say that Wounded Viking has the physique of an Olympic swimmer. Great achievement. Thank you so much. You're welcome, man. The front, you're welcome. And if you have to pick between Colombia or Mexico, I would pick Colombia. Honestly, I think, you should start with Colombia. It's a truly an amazing country. Do you watch Bald and Bankrupt? No, Fernando. People in Rio are all about body. Bulk bodies and women are usually so strong, not in a beautiful way. They used way too many bad things to get this body, not natural. Yes, there is a lot of drug abuse in Rio when it comes to the physical enhancement. That is, I can confirm that. I can definitely confirm that. Andrew, how to alleviate intrusive, painful thoughts of the past when someone wronged you badly? I know that you have to say enough is enough, but what if the thoughts just won't go away? Andrew, you need to practice a meditation technique that's basically called watch the thinker. So you need to start disassociating yourself with your thoughts. The thoughts in your head are not you. That voice in your head is not you. We always think, oh, that's my intuition talking. No, those are your insecurities, your demons eating away at you. You need to learn how to get to a spot where you can basically look at your thoughts from a third person view. They call this to watch the thinker. So I want you to basically, obviously get into this, Google it, watch the thinker, read The Power of Now, for example. They talk about that. And you need to learn how to, when you get a thought in your head, remove yourself from it immediately and almost laugh at that voice like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to sabotage me again. Does that make sense? We are not our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. And that is not our instinct. To not be fooled by that. For sure, our warrior is prettier than those plastic people that you see, especially there. Thank you. What do you think is the difference between Belgian Dutch people and Dutch people in terms of their attitudes? So people from Holland are much more assertive. They're much more self-confident, a lot more loud. They're very direct in their way of communicating and being. Us Belgians are more introvert. We're more down to earth, less ambitious, I would say. And we just like to be more like in the back, while Dutch people like to be in the front. Yeah, I would say those are the big differences. A beautiful analogy that I feel is like, you have Americans and you have people from Britain, right? The UK and Americans. Well, if Americans are Dutch people, then Belgian people are the British people. Does that make any sense? We're just a little bit more like, Dutch people are very like, obviously generalizing individuals, the third, but in general, it's like that. Viking, everyone on this channel goes to you for advice. My question is, what do you do? What do you go to for advice? My father, people in general. Like, I like to get advice from everywhere that I can, even when they're not aware they're giving me advice. I like to look at other people's paths of life and learn from their mistakes. I'm very big on learning from someone else's mistakes. I feel like if you already made that mistake for me, then I don't have to make it again. So I just like to watch, think, process things, draw my conclusions. I watch YouTube videos as well. I watch other people. And yeah, I would say I don't have like a set person that I go to for advice, but just living, being social, talking, keeping your eyes and ears open, and consistently trying to stay humble so I don't start thinking I already know it all. And yeah, like that. When is the book coming out? Not going to be before the end of the year, probably, but I'm very happy that you are excited to read it. Have you ever been to Germany? Well, I live right next to Germany, so I've been there a ton of times. Yes. Lois Romer, I would rather sit and have a coffee with Wounded Viking than say a Kim Kardashian or Ollie London. I don't even know who Ollie London is. I know Kim Kardashian, but I can imagine that having a coffee with her is not that interesting either. Once you get to know somebody, you simply don't see any so-called disfigurements. Fernanda, totally. I do ballet, so I'm skinny, and people looked at me different too when I went to visit there. Intuition does exist, but it's different than your thoughts and demons, like you said. A book, amazing. Yes, I'm writing a book. The working title is Rotten Lemons, and when it's out, I will let you know. Can we hear the story of how you met your girlfriend? I did a whole video on that. I'll link it to you because I can give you a crappy story, but I'd rather just send you the whole video so you can actually watch it and watch the full story. So for anyone wondering how I met, anyone wondering how I met my girlfriend, you can watch this video, this link, and we tell the whole story. So it's right there. AW. AB Jack, Wounded Viking made a video about Brazil. He said it was very superficial and judgmental compared to other countries. It really stuck with me. Yes, I did make a video about that. It was called The Most Superficial Country in the World. I love my dramatic titles. A chimp. I can be extroverted, but not for long. I have my share, then I prefer to back off, relax, and have one-on-one conversations. Do you, man? Do you? I'm a British person living in Holland, so that makes perfect sense. I'm happy that you like it. We always have to be very grateful in life. Not concentrate on what we don't have. The front. Did you ever end up getting a DNA test? Yes, I did. I did, and I still have to make a video about that, about whether or not I'm a real Viking. So I did a DNA test, and I know exactly where I come from now. And yeah, I just have to stop slacking. I'm not gonna spill the beans in this live, but one day I'll make that video. I've just been busy, man. I'm not gonna lie. Fernanda Godo. Also, I want to add this the front. I'm really proud of my content lately. Like lately, I feel like I've really stepped it up a notch. I've been talking about very complex philosophical issues. The last 10 videos that I posted, honestly, I feel like they're the best 10 videos I made since starting YouTube 5 years ago. I really feel like I'm making something special right now. And a part of me almost doesn't want to mess that up by posting about am I a real Viking and talking about my DNA, which is like a more of a typical YouTuber's video. Like who cares where I'm from? But I guess people do care, so I'm gonna make it. But if it makes sense, I'm just being a little bit vain about my current content right now, and I don't want to, but it's gonna come. Do these live streams have a vague aim or goal or a specific goal? Well, the goal is to answer your questions as it states in the title and just to connect with my core audience. Like I love being able to talk to the people that actually watch my videos. I'm very grateful that YouTube allows me, this feature that I can just talk to you guys and just hear what you guys think. Viking, have you ever read any work by Ayn Rand? No, never even heard of him. Is reading out everything tedious or is it enjoyable or somewhere in between? Somewhere in between. I'm not in Brazil, I'm in Belgium. Man, you look good. Thank you, Neris. Do you like Belgium? Yeah, sure, I like Belgium. It's the place where I was born and raised. I am a Belgian person 100%. Obviously, we have our flaws. There's many things I don't like about Belgium. When I was younger, I used to glorify everything that was not Belgium. I would used to think that every single country in the world would be better than Belgium. Like I remember going to America, to the USA, and thinking, this is so much better. Fuck Belgium. And then you spend a few months there, and you understand. They realize, ooh, they have a whole set of problems themselves. It's funny. I wrote about that in the book too. This pink lens that we always have when we travel. I used to go to the Dominican Republic many times, which is very poor, second world country, even third world, if you will. And I remember thinking, wow, these people, they got it all figured out. They don't have anything, but they're still happy. They're not negative like us Belgians. They're just in the sunshine, happy. Da, 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 da. And then the pink goggles wear off, and then you have to take a bus somewhere, and then you're angry because the bus is not showing up on time or is not showing up at all. And then it's like, huh? I kind of like Belgian decency. I kind of like the way we're structured. And it's just every country has its pros and its cons. And the older that you get, the more that you realize that you are exactly that thing that you also didn't want to be. I used to be very anti-Belgian, and I have to come to grips with the fact that I'm a quite Belgian person in many ways. Doesn't mean I'm the most conservative guy out there, far from it, but yeah, for sure, it makes sense. It's been really nice to see our content evolve throughout the past couple of years. Denzo OG representing, massive fan of these lives. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And coming from someone with a successful channel like yours, that really means a lot to friend. Viking, do you have any pet peeves? Yes, people watching Instagram stories with the volume turned up. Don't watch your Instagram stories around me and have the volume turned up. I hate that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. People being late is a pet peeve. What else? People not knowing what they want, being indecisive. Um, and just constant change of plans and nervousness. I like a steady structure, a steady direction, and knowing what I'm doing, knowing where I'm going, not for the plans to change all the time. Viking, is there anything about your appearance that you would like to improve apart from improving your body or possibly jaw? Yeah. So, for example, my leg got messed up due to the surgeries. I would like to have my leg at full strength again. Aside from that, I'm very happy with what I've been given. You know, I'm 6'4", I'm tall, I'm strong, I'm athletic. A beard would be nice, but no, I'm not really. I wouldn't say, yeah. There's many things that I would like to change about my body. The apartment looks great. It's quite messy right now, but thank you. I appreciate that. We got the plants in the back. Warrior, you look gorgeous the way you are, but should you change something? Guys, I've actually been thinking about dyeing my hair white. What do you think about that? I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I know it's quite extreme. I know. I know it's quite extreme. But I have been thinking about that. I've been thinking about dyeing my hair white. Just because it's like, why not? You know, fuck it. And I'm 33 years old. Like, if I'm gonna wild out, do crazy shit, I would feel like right now is the time. I think it would look cool. Do you believe that the eyes are the doors to the soul? Because it looks like you got a beautiful soul. Also, if you look at the politicians' eyes, they look rotten. Well, you tell me, my friend. Honestly, yes. I am very big on body language. I'm very big on communicating. I'm very big on looking people right in the eye when I talk to them. That's why I always try to make eye contact, even if it's only with a camera. I'm still making eye contact with you guys, and I think you guys can tell that by the way that I look or look away from the camera that I'm lying or not. So yes, obviously, when you talk to someone and they are deceiving you, they're lying to you, they're bullshitting, most of the time you can tell by the eyes. Now, obviously, there's also people who are trained to hide that, and there's people who are very good at looking into your eyes and being very dominant and being very self-sure and almost hypnotizing you and making you feel like, you know, there isn't a shrivel of doubt there, but that is not always the case. Trust me, from someone coming from a sales and marketing background, nothing is what it seems. Just because somebody delivers a message with profound confidence and strength and energy, it doesn't always necessarily mean that they are genuine. But yes, I do feel like they are the eyes, they are the mirror to the soul, or the mirror of the soul. They say it. Do you mind me nicknaming you Warrior? Absolutely not. What star sign are you? Taurus. Viking is growing all the time as a person. It goes without saying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I used to be such an asshole. I was a douchebag back in the day. You should have seen me at 22. I was the worst asshole you can imagine. Um, I often joke that life had to humble me. Life was like, okay, you want to be an asshole? Let's throw this at you. See how you bounce back. And yeah, you know, it's. I'm sure that even now if I look back on the content that I made 4 years ago, I cringe so bad. If I look at my, you know, the first thing I did on YouTube was this series called "Building a New Life." Building a new life, right? Yeah, building a new life. And I'm just in Barcelona, you know, acting cool, you know, putting a ton of girls in my videos just because I was so insecure. I thought I needed hot girls to get attention and to be validated. But you can tell by everything, by my body language, that I'm very insecure. And when I look at those videos, it's like, whoa, who is that guy? But I intentionally leave them up because I want you guys to be able to see the growth. For example, if you find my channel today, I want you to be able to see where I come from, so that you know you also can do it. What do you think about steroids? I don't think it's a good idea. I think you can get big enough without steroids. I have a ton of friends who take steroids, and basically they all tell me not to do it. So it's like it's funny. I never really met someone who took steroids or takes steroids that would recommend it. So yes, don't do steroids. Do not do steroids. You don't need it. Trust me. If you just eat and train good, you can look great. Dyeing your hair white. Have you been watching or playing The Witcher or something? No, I haven't. I do know The Witcher, but I haven't played that. I love your hair the way it is, but it would look great, I think. But I would not change. Okay. White hair would make you look even more like an elder statesman. Thank you for the feedback. How to love the person you are and be confident. Depression sucks. Man, that's a big question, obviously, that I've answered many times in many different ways. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna read some more questions because I don't want to go on a 10-minute video and then skip all these questions. Your hair color is rare, kind of red. Why change? Thank you. I keep that in mind. Have you seen the new Ice Kills 9 video, Hip to Be Scared? They based it off of your favorite movie, American Psycho. Really? Oh, wow. I haven't seen that. Ice Kills 9 video, Hip to Be Scared. I'm gonna check that one out. I know you were a Taurus. I am also. I hate late people and all the other things that you mentioned. Thank you for your answer. How to not be so arrogant, Viking. How to not be arrogant? Just try to be a nice guy. Try to humble yourself and try to understand, like, you don't gain anything from flexing your arrogance and your wisdom. Like, you just end up looking silly and stupid. And yeah, just look at other arrogant people and ask yourself if that's how you want to come across, because that's how you come across, you know. I don't know how to react to you right now. You're one of the most decent people I know. But had cancer not happened, you would probably been the type of person I dislike. Maybe. Yes, John. I did not allow myself to cry. Wow. How does someone stop beating themselves up? Viking, have you seen this Shawshank Redemption? I haven't seen it in ages. All right, so I'm gonna try to answer these two questions. Somebody asked how to not beat yourself up, and then somebody asked how to love the person that you are and be confident. Honestly, guys, like when it comes to beating depression and when it comes to making a change, I can't, obviously, I would need to know more about your life, but usually this comes because you don't have a clear direction in your life. You don't really know what you're doing. You are spending most of your time thinking about who you are, how you're perceived, and what's going on around you. Like when you should be putting that time and energy into your direction in life, into bettering your life, bettering your reality, and achieving something. Like work is a beautiful thing. And when I say work, I don't mean it in a negative way, like sitting at a desk job that you hate, but something where you can put your constructive energy and time in so you can build something up. And I would feel like I tell people that's one of the best ways to love yourself. Find something that you're good at, find something that you excel in, and go all in on that. That's what I did with my YouTube, and that's why I'm happy. But obviously, like to get to the root of your depression, I would have to know a lot more about you and your story and why you're depressed. Still putting it out there. I'm taking on new clients. My email is lorenz.dries@gmail.com. If you want to hire me for coaching and talk to me, this is my email. I work with video calls and daily text messages. So reach out if you want to make a change. What's up, homie? My teacher showed your videos in class yesterday. Are you fucking kidding me? Teachers are showing you my videos in class? Really? Virgo, you gotta tell me a little bit more about this. Where are you from? Who is your teacher? How old are you? In what context were my videos shown? This is awesome. That's crazy. The front. Did you ever have a massive moment of realization, an epiphany that you can pinpoint that changed the way you viewed life? Or was it a gradual process of small changes in mindset or a combo of both? Definitely both. Definitely both. I've had epiphanies and I've had small gradual changes, but yeah, I had a bunch of epiphanies. I would say, for example, one of my first epiphanies was maybe like I'm 20, 21 years old. I'm at a club and I'm doing this, I'm like, I'm dancing, I'm fitting in, I'm having fun. nervously drinking my beer, trying to get more drunk. And I'm looking around and I'm noticing all these people, obviously there's people who genuinely like to dance and who are having fun. And then I notice a bunch of these people who are just also standing there like they're doing all the right moves, but their eyes are just like pure anxiety and nervousness and insecurity. And it made me realize like I don't want to be here. I don't like being in a place where I can't talk, where the music is so loud and where I have no personal space. And a bunch of these people don't like it either, but we're all doing it. We're all doing it because we want to fit in. And definitely that was one of my first epiphanies that I can remember where I really like, where it really got in my head like there is nothing fun about a club. Like that's my opinion, obviously, but I think that's many people's opinions. Genuinely, like ask yourself, like, try going to a club and not getting completely wasted and see how you feel. If there were aliens studying the human race the same way that we study chimps or any type of animal species, just imagine like they're studying us, they're looking at human race, and they are, writing down these findings and they're saying, so when the humans find it's time to mate, when they go look for a mate, what they do is they all dress up and they go to a dark, big box with little lighting and extremely loud, even harmfully loud music. They then proceed to partake in a ritual where they drink a poison. Alcohol is poison, that's why you get drunk. And then proceed to spastically do this until they are in, there's no more inhibitions and they are intoxicated enough to just like, start making out and then proceed to leave the club and have drunk sex. That is, in essence, our mating ritual. Like, just think about how bizarre that is and how normal that we all think it is to this day. So that was one epiphany. Another epiphany was when I was traveling in Colombia and I was seeing all these amazing places by myself. And I found myself one night at the most amazing beach, like just typical screensaver material, blue water, pure white sand, palm trees, just paradise, screensaver stuff. And I realized that it was worthless because I had no one to share it with. All my friends were at home working, my family's at home. I didn't have anyone there with me that I really knew. Backpackers are not real friends; they're just companions. So it made me realize like, it doesn't matter what you have if you can't share it. Like it really doesn't matter because it's like you're looking around trying to express how beautiful this is, and it's like the best you can do is take pictures for your social media, which is the most depressing thing you can actually do in that moment. And that was a big epiphany. Another epiphany was when, for example, when I was younger, I could never understand why certain men, for example, like I remember when I was like, I don't know, 14 or something, 15, I heard something about like Jennifer Lopez and her partner at the time. The partner cheated on Jennifer Lopez, or was it? I think it was Eva Longoria, like the woman from Desperate Housewives. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm going off a tangent. And I read that Tony Parker, which was a basketball player, and he was married to Eva Longoria, and he cheated on her. And I couldn't understand. I didn't get it. Like it literally just like it made me crash. Like system error. Like how can you cheat on Eva Longoria? I didn't understand. It's like if you're married to Eva Longoria, then how could you possibly want? I didn't get that. For me, beauty reigned supreme. Everything that was, anything that had to do with physical beauty for me was like the end all, begin all. And then I got older, and I met very beautiful people, both men and women, and I found out that the most like people who are extremely beautiful usually are just not that nice. There's exceptions, but most of them have just grown entirely, completely entitled because society is just always like, kissing their feet, and they just are used to being better and treating people like shit. And I totally understood after a while that you can absolutely get tired of somebody who is physically perfection, that is not enough to keep you engaged, to keep you in love. And yeah, these are just a few. Oh, dude, I just saw that you sent me this huge. Wow, thank you so much, man. 100 Australian dollars. That's so much. Thank you so much, the front. Dude, that means so much to me. Now I feel good about extensively answering your question. I don't catch enough lies. Here's a bit of money for the ones I miss and listen to later. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You don't know how much that means to me. Like, that is a massive donation. And as you all know, like, I'm hustling, guys. Like, I'm renting this flat, I don't have money to buy. I'm hustling, trying to come up, and I put out all this content for free. The money I make is with my private clients. So for you to donate this to me, the front is just absolutely massive, man. Like, really, I can't stress that enough. I don't want to make the next 5 minutes about how grateful I am, but let that just be understood. I'm very grateful for you recognizing my value. Oh, I didn't see that EYM also donated. Thank you so much, EYM. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You're so awesome. God bless you. God bless you, man. Let me catch up. I don't have a job, but I know I'm blessed. Okay, is this your email, warrior? My email is lorenz.reese@gmail.com. This is my email. So if you want to reach out to work with me, that is my email. All will be revealed once Wounded Vikings' new book comes out. Be kind and take care of yourself. Trying to catch up. Personally, I'm 20, and I would regard myself an extrovert. I enjoy going out and dancing, but I completely understand what you mean. Dude, absolutely. And there's a lot of people who do enjoy that. Like, there is people who love going to the club and dancing. Like, if you love to dance, then a club is a great setting. The thing is, there's also a lot of people that don't love to dance. That's the thing. So it wasn't so much that I'm not against clubs per se. I'm just against people doing things. For me, it was the look in the eyes, the people around me. That was what really, like, I saw that I wasn't enjoying it, and I could clearly tell that other people were also not enjoying it. But yet here we were, doing the robot dance. So that's basically it. If you love clubs, go to the club, man. Go to the club. Do whatever you love. Don't let me discourage you from being yourself. But at the same time, I can only express my epiphanies and my wisdom through my experiences and through my lenses. Doesn't mean that you got to live like me, because I'm also an asshole going to the gym 6 times a week, and I also understand that going to the gym, lifting weights 6 times a week is not the most productive way to live your life either. So we all have guilty pleasures, and that's okay as long as you're not hurting someone. Whoa! We are blowing up, guys. Thank you so much. Fernanda Gola, thank you. Welcome to Viking Infantry. Double barrel pumped salute. Shout out to Brazil. Obrigado. Thank you so much, girl. And Sylvie, wow, thank you so much. You guys are spoiling me. Christmas came early this year. The front, you really kickstarted something. I work at a nightclub. I agree. My eardrums are gone. Virgil, did you tell me about who your teacher was and why they showed your video? Okay, I live in Texas. We're in senior year. The teacher showed your videos to motivate us for the new year. Hell yeah! Shout out to Texas, man. Hey, Virgil, pull out your phone. I want to say something to your teacher. So pull out your phone. I'm stuttering. Pull out your phone. I want to say something to your teacher. I'm giving you time to pull out your phone because I don't want to let this go unnoticed. All right, I hope you have your phone by now. So listen, this message is to the wonderful teacher in Texas that decided to show my videos to the class yesterday. This super kind young gentleman, Virgil, nicknamed Virgil, is in here telling me about that. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing my content with your students. You don't know how much that means to me. If I ever make it down to Texas, I will come and do a full presentation, talk, public speaking, whatever you want to call it, in your classroom We'll do it Texas style. We'll have a big barbecue afterwards. And I just want to say thank you and good luck to all of the students watching this. You can do anything. If I can overcome cancer twice and come back looking like a Viking, then you can also do anything and everything. Always believe in yourself, bet on yourself. Anything is possible. None of this matters in the long run anyway. At least make it an interesting ride. All right. So thank you. That was it. You better have recorded that shit. I'm such a homebody. I hate nightclubs. You cannot meet people that have a nice talk. People are there to drink, show themselves, and God knows what more. I'm kind of the same. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of the same. I love you. I gotta go. I will try to come. Thank you. Tuk 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 tuk. Ooh, I got a lot of good shit to do. You are a great person. Clubs are something that we all need to go to at some point. Yo, also thank you for putting me on to Mind Pump. Great fitness resource. Dude, I'm so happy that you like Mind Pump. So guys, the front asked me some fitness advice a couple of weeks ago, maybe months ago. I told them, don't listen to me. This is not a fitness channel. Now, who you should listen to instead, there are these guys, and they are called Mind Pump Podcast, right? So Mind, M-I-N-D, Pump. So they do a podcast. They're on YouTube. They are the literal encyclopedia of anything fitness related. If you just watch their videos, you never have to you never have to hire another personal trainer. You never have to ask anyone anything else. They are the golden standard. So if you're trying to get a better body, ladies, lose weight or burn fat, it's not just for bodybuilders. Check out the Mind Pump podcast. They're super informative. And the front, I'm super happy that you actually like them. But I knew you would. If you checked it out, I knew you would like it because they're just the best. You inspired me so much. The least I can do is join the Taurus Viking Club. Thank you for being a member, for becoming a member. Virgil, thank you so much. Throw on screen recording your message so I can show the class tomorrow. Yeah, man, that's what's up. You're the goat for that. My teacher will be gassed. Well, your teacher is an incredibly amazing, intelligent person because real recognize real. And your teacher, obviously, for her to find this, relatively small YouTube channel and to, spread that word and show it to the class, that's a smart teacher right there. So salute to the teacher. Salute, shout out to the teacher. And let's just take a second to appreciate how this small independent Belgian YouTuber can make his way into a Texas classroom through technology. Like I'm literally sitting here in rainy ass Belgium and I'm just recording this on my camera, putting this out into the internet. This is magic. Guys, this is literal magic. This is magic. Think about it. That somehow makes its way in some Texas classroom. And they're sitting there looking at me. And now they know what I think and they know what I feel. And then you come into my life and you tell me that you watched it. So now I know. Now you know that I know that you watched it. You see how this works? It's a beautiful thing, man. The internet is amazing. Good morning, Royal City. I have 10 kgs to lose COVID kilos. Better get on it. Cardio is your friend. Dieting even more. How do I highlight names? You have to be either a member or I think that's it, right? Or you have to have a huge channel like the front. Like this guy, the front, he has a really big channel. That's why YouTube puts this thing around him. Whoa, is that you playing? Fernando. Oh, you're not asking me. Okay. Melissa. I still claim first member status. What are your biggest recommendations for someone young who is leaving home country and home connections for quite a while? Biggest recommendations. First of all, travel alone. The most beautiful thing about traveling is you can basically decide who you want to be every single day. So when I left Belgium, I had this notion, my identity was I was a quite arrogant, douchey guy who always had to have a big mouth and be in the center of attention. And then I started traveling and realized that actually I can be the shy guy, I can be the introverted guy, and I can then see how people react to me being like this, and maybe I can inherently change the way I am because of that. So if you travel with friends, you are not just traveling with them, you're also traveling with your old identity. So you're stuck in that identity. You can be someone else. That being said, the front use this app called Meetup, right? This is what it's called, Meetup. And there's meetups in every major city in, or place in the world. And it is a free app that has events organized where you can meet other expats. So it's a very easy way for you to make friends and hit the city together, hit the nightlife together. And well, I literally met my girlfriend who's there in the top, in the lower bottom of the screen. I met her at a meetup event. So shout out to Meetup. It's an amazing, amazing thing and tool for when you're traveling and trying to meet people. Um, so that's a big recommendation. Stay in hostels. Don't stay in hotels. Don't stay in private rooms. Stay in hostels. The easiest way to meet people who are also on the same journey. You can share, you can share taxis and stuff like that. It's cheaper, a good way to save money. What else, man? Learn the local language as quickly as you can. Avoid tourist traps, and don't go out with a bunch of flashy stuff, watches, cell phones, cameras. Keep it all tucked in, especially in South America. Be humble. Those are a few that I would say. And understand that there's going to be things about the country that you're not going to like, and that's okay. And just try to level your expectations and your emotions. Don't get too high, don't get too low. So what I mean by that is don't go full, oh my God, everything is better here, because that'll always correct itself. There is a, I read a scientific paper about this. So they did studies about this, that there is a curve. It has a name. I don't know the name, but it talks about, it's a scientific curve that describes an average person's emotions as they are entering a new country or new culture. So it goes like this, and it's basically this thing that says when you first get somewhere, you're just like full blown honeymoon status, you know, pink lens, like I said, and you're just glorifying everything you see. You're just like, everything is better, the people are better, this is better, that is better, oh my God, I'm in paradise, this is where I belong. And then slowly but surely that curve evens out, and then it actually goes really low to the point where you're going to feel like, I hate this shit, I hate this country, everything is better at home, I want to leave. And it is important that you are conscious of these different stages, and that you understand that after the peak and after the low, it'll even out, and you will actually be left with a realistic idea of the country that you are in. Yes, my friend. Been a while since I checked on this channel. I hope you're doing good. Well, I'm still alive and kicking, so I can't be that bad. Things happen, life happens, things that could definitely be better, but they could also be worse. So, at the end of the day, what is there to worry about, man? Nothing makes me happier than being in content creating mode and talking to you guys. I am a great advert for Belgium, clearly a very intelligent nation. Well, I'm not typically Belgian, I'd say, and most Belgian people are not quite like me. I'm considered very extrovert here. People think I have a big mouth. Um, and yeah, I always was kind of like a little bit the odd one out, because in Belgium, people are very humble and introverted. I've always been quite boom. When I was young and healthy, people would basically shit on my ego. They would tell me I have a big ego, a big head, arrogant, yada, yada, yada. And they would always try to, like, get me to. But then all this stuff happened, jaw amputation, chemo, and just overall being reduced to a skeleton. And I found that in those moments, it was my ego and nothing else that saved my life. It was my desire to live and to still be able to look good and happy and achieve things and be respected. That's what pushed me over the edge. So don't be too quick to dispel your ego. I hear a lot of people talking about ego death, you know, ego this, ego that, like ego is that, or my ego saved my life. Without my ego, I wouldn't be here. I took a lot of dark energy. I used a lot of anger and so-called revenge on life to get back to where I am today. I was in a hospital bed, pissing through a tube, shitting myself. I needed people to come clean me. I couldn't speak and I couldn't eat. And I was angry. And I said, one day I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna transform my body into the strongest meat vehicle that I could possibly create. I'm gonna find a way to find a look that matches my scar, Viking. And I'm gonna turn this into a win. I didn't give a fuck about making videos. I'm not a videographer. I wasn't trying to be Steven Spielberg when I was a kid. But I said, if I'm gonna get all these stares in real life, all these things people looking at me, at least I'm gonna monetize it. If life is gonna give me rotten lemons, then at least I'm gonna squeeze the hell out of them to make rotten lemonade and sell that shit. And that's what I did. And there was a lot of negative energy and anger involved with that, and that fueled me. Like, this didn't happen overnight. Like, it's easy to look at me now. I got a beautiful girlfriend. I got a successful YouTube channel, and it's easy to say like, "Wow, you made it." Like, positivity made it. Once again, it wasn't positivity. It was ego. It was anger. It was revenge. And I channeled those things, man, on some Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker with his legs cut off shit. That's what happened. That's really what happened. And I'll never switch up. And I'm never gonna be like, I just meditated every day. Like, no, I didn't meditate. I used to watch videos of, bodybuilders and things like that in my hospital room, and I would tell myself, I'm gonna get big like that, and that way I'm gonna get more confident. And it was a gradual process, and there was a lot of cringy stuff in there, a lot of self-delusion, but it pulled me through. I would much rather be self-deluded and a little bit crazy than to be too realistic and down on myself. I never allowed anything or anyone to get me down. I had to create something strong enough to withstand the judgment, to withstand the people staring at me, to withstand my own insecurities. I had to become and turn myself into something more than just a vulnerable boy. That's why I created Wounded Viking. And a lot of that Wounded Viking comes from pain and anger and ego, and you'll see that a lot of the older videos, there's a lot of anger there. I'm shouting at the camera, I'm angry, and I can still summon that energy if I need to. And obviously, I'm in a great place today, and I'm happy, and I got a great life. So it's easy to be jolly positive, but that's not how I got here. And I never want to tell people. I never want to tell people that that's how it went, because that would be a lie. So, yes, I don't know why I even went there, but good for you to know. When did your cancer journey start? 2013. The front. I'm excited to see how it's gonna be, man. You should go to Colombia first. Listen, you should go to Colombia, visit Pereira. Pereira, all right? Pereira, Guatapé. I'm gonna type it for you. Pereira, Guatapé, Palomino, near the Venezuelan border. It's a beautiful place. Cartagena. Those are some must-dos in Colombia. Yes, and learn Spanish, man. Tienes que practicar tu español. Es muy importante que puedas conversar con la gente. What's your best advice in getting motivated and working out? By the way, guys, hit the thumbs up if you have it. Doesn't cost you a penny. Thumb up helps me. Getting motivated and working out. I wake up each morning saying today is the day about equipment. I don't do it. Royal A City. You know what you should buy? I could give you a whole speech about motivation, but there's also shortcuts to get motivated. It's called pre-workout. So what you do is you eat a banana when you wake up, and don't drink coffee, but order a pre-workout specifically called Total War by Redcon. Not affiliated with them. They don't pay me. I wish they would, so I could get it for free. But yeah, that pre-workout is going to basically turn you into a crazy beast, and it's going to make you want to eat the iron. So take that first thing in the morning, get your ass to the gym, put on some Linkin Park, some Limp Bizkit. If you don't know who they are, Google them. Get aggressive, get angry. Boom. gains shall ensue, my friend. How are you doing health-wise at the moment? The hole has closed, so I can't complain. Do you like ravioli? I love ravioli. I love any type of Italian food. Anything that's soft. Anything that's soft. So Italian is all soft besides pizza. I love it because I can eat it because I don't have to chew. This live stream is once again the blessing. I'm happy to hear that. I'm loving it too. Probably the best Ask Me Anything I've listened to on this channel. Well, then you made my day. When did you get another? Okay. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal, Alvaro? ¿Cómo estás? Thanks for the recommendations. I got you, buddy. What's your thoughts on people being depressed and sulking about life when they haven't been through anything close to what you have? Well, one thing I've learned early in my journey is that you cannot compare depressions. You cannot compare people's journeys. So, for example, your breakup might give you the same amount of pain that my amputation gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible to compare. You can't measure the level of pain someone has. So people who are, we all operate from within the spectrum that we have. If you had to go through a concentration camp when you were 16 years old back in 1941, then guess what? Probably if you made it out, you're not going to get stressed anymore if your favorite football team loses the final game. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you're used to. And yeah, people are just, because we're living in the best time ever, we happen to not experience a lot of discomfort and pain. So when small things happen, we freak out. It's just, it is what it is. It's natural. So I understand that, and that's why I don't judge people for complaining and sobbing. And if I didn't go through my amputation and everything, I also would have a different reference field in terms of what I consider to be traumatic and painful. And I always said that the breakup with my girlfriend right before my cancer, this is like 9 years ago, I was dating a Swedish girl. That breakup caused me more mental pain than my cancer ever did. I have a video called "My Breakup Was Worse Than My Cancer," and I meant it. I cried for 2 years. For 2 years when I was 21, 22, after we broke up, I was randomly still crying. And I was obsessed with her, and I couldn't get over her. And I never felt that pain from cancer. And like no physical pain could match that emotional, hollow pain. I would wake up every morning just feeling empty, just feeling like I lost love of my life. It's funny now because I realized that we were not compatible in the slightest, but she was my first great love. And I was a romantic. I grew up a romantic, and I just was obsessed with the idea of love, and I was convinced that that was it. So when I lost her, I thought that I had lost my life. But I say all that to say, there is really no measured pain or impact. If you are going through a breakup, the last thing you should do is tell yourself to get over it, beat yourself up because you haven't gotten over it, because that will only make it worse. Understand that it's going to take time, but you can't speed up the process. It just has to happen. And good news is, wait for the kicker, you only no breakup ever hurts like that first real breakup with the person that you thought you were going to be with. Like that scar, that cut can only go that deep that first time. After that, you get thicker skin. You understand that life is not a telenovela. It's not a romantic Disney movie. And you learn, you live and you learn as you do many things in life. And that is why I also say to young people, don't get down on yourself. Like people who are 16, 17 and they're depressed, I'm telling them like, all you have to do is make it to the next 5 years and you'll be smooth sailing. Life only gets easier as you get older. You start figuring stuff out. You get to know yourself. You start caring less about other people's opinions. Wisdom, experience, like high school was the hardest period of my life. Such a confusing time, such a time with so much anxiety and insecurity. Like life gradually gets easier, trust me. Let's catch up on these questions. I just wanted to say I find the most important aspect of this channel is the indestructible mindset that you've created. I don't agree with all your opinions, but your mindset transcends videos. Thank you, man. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like, it's not about my opinions as an individual. They're always going to be subjectively colored by the way I was raised, by what I see, by what I hear. So it's not so much about, that's why I don't like to answer questions when people ask me about COVID vaccines and stuff. Don't come to me looking for, for advice or opinions on things like that, because when it comes to that, I'm just as dumb or smart or in between as you. It's not about those things. It's about just overall mindset as it pertains to making it to the next day, because that's your only job. The future doesn't exist. The future is a projection, a hope, an expectation. It's not real. Future doesn't exist. It's a man-made word to express something that is not real. The past doesn't exist either. The past is a glorified, dramatized, and often romanticized version of things that have happened to us. We consistently, change the past. So many people are in terrible relationships, and then a couple of years down the line, they're like, oh my God, but maybe that was the one. Like, no, you have already forgotten how shitty it was, and we are just really good at romanticizing the past, shitting on the present. That's why we always say, oh, things used to be so good. Things used to be. I laugh when people talk about how high school was the happiest time in their life. I wish I was a kid again. No responsibilities. You could just play outside. It's like, what are you talking about? You would hate to be a kid again, being under parental supervision. Like, the people forget all that stuff. They just remember that it was nice to cuddle up in the couch, eat chips, and watch cartoons. But all that other stuff, So yes, it's about mindset. I never watched your stream. You came up and I recommended. I'm happy you did. Praying all the best for you. I'm going now. Thank you, EYM, and thank you for your donation. By the way, guys, anyone else, if you want to support the channel, you can click on the $sign. It allows you to make a super chat donation, and it helps me greatly. Also, if you want to hire me as a coach, I also do this on a personal basis. I am working with clients every single day. You can email me, and we can start working together. Lorenz.reeds@gmail.com. Do not hold back. How much can I bench press? I'm not a good bench presser. I'm not that strong. My max is 115 kgs. So that would be like 230 pounds, 240 pounds. Yeah, I'm not strong on the bench. I got long arms. I'm better with the pulling, biceps and back. Quite strong with that. In Spanish, we have a saying you might not know: Una juega con las cartas que le han tocado. Everyone plays the cards they got. No need to compare people's situations. Exactly. I love that. Play the cards you've been dealt. I'm being investigated for cancer due to have a biopsy. How do you deal with the days leading up to a possible cancer diagnosis? Crystal Alice Marshall, listen, you can spend the next 2 days panicking, crying, worrying. It's not going to change anything. Only worry about the things you can control. So you literally have a choice. You can spend the next days in a positive mindset or a negative mindset. Either way, it's not going to change the outcome of the biopsy. So just make it easy on yourself. Push it away. Push it. Don't get rid of those thoughts and just be positive. Try to have a nice day. Try to go out for a nice meal, because it's going to be what it's going to be. But don't make it worse by fucking up your day in the process. That's what I did. You didn't lost a step. Thank you, man. You're an amazing young man. Thank you. I've been looking for true love for 40 years. I don't think my ex-husband was the love of my life. 115 bench press is very respectable. Yes, it is, but I've also been training for 16 years, so it all depends on how much you've trained for it. Oh wow, we are 1 hour and 14 minutes in. Damn. And I see that my Mac is running low on energy. Let me see if I can plug something in. 1 second, guys. All right. All right, let's keep it going a little bit longer. Focus on me, camera. I am back, very quick. People, please feel free to friend me on Facebook or on my Instagram. I've been dealing with depression and anxiety for more than 8 years, so chat always helps. We can all be here for each other. Kisses and I love you all. That's amazing. Guys, if you want to connect, I love it when my community comes together. This was an amazing godsend to wake up to. I really needed a reality check. Yes, you did. We all do from time to time. All right, guys. I got about 10 minutes left in me, so let's get some good questions. Give me some good stuff to sink my non-existent bottom teeth in. I always make the same jokes. I always say that joke. As I await your questions, I just want to put it out there that I am still taking on new clients. If you want to hire me to turn things around, lorenz.reeds@gmail.com. I do my life coaching through video calls twice a week, and we can do this on a personal basis. Do you feel that what you've been through has actually been a blessing in disguise? Well, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I am trying to make cancer the best thing that has ever happened to me. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I want it to be the best thing that's ever happened to me. Now, do I really, in my core, believe that? Look, I've always been an ambitious guy. Like, that didn't come about because of cancer. So probably if cancer didn't happen, who knows where I would be today. So the thing is, it is better to focus on that one route that does tell you that, yes, cancer was a blessing in disguise. Because I can't reverse it, so I might as well make it the best thing that ever happened to me, right? Even if I have to kind of like convince myself because of that. That was terrible English. My point is, I want to look back on life and be able to say, cancer made me push harder, made me try harder. That's why I'm doing YouTube, because I want my face and my scar to have been an advantage at the end of the road. I needed to make sense. I needed to pay off. Hello, Ukraine. Alton, I'm very sorry to ask you, how did losing your bottom jaw affect your dating life? Oh my God, man. I didn't date for like 6-7 years. I couldn't kiss. Like, me trying to kiss somebody was like a goldfish trying to eat a piece of bread that was too big for its mouth. Like, it just looked embarrassing. I felt super self-conscious anytime I went out to eat, because I'm eating messy, food is coming out. So I felt embarrassed to eat in public. So you can't imagine how much I hated dinner dates. Dating just wasn't really an option for me. I had to spend a good 5-6 years in the absolute prime of my life, between 24 and then 29, working on myself and just focusing on that and understanding that the good looks and everything would come back. But first I had to make it through, and I'm still not entirely there, but I did learn after a while, the so-called halo effect, that you, through self-confidence, through energy, through projection, through body language, through the way that you walk and talk, you're able to actually create something, like develop an aura that transcends your physical shell. And that's what I did. So when people see me now, when I look into a room, it's like my eyes are like laser cannons. My smile is like my biggest weapon. I cock back my shoulders. I put my chin up, my ball sack for a chin in the air, and I'm like, here the fuck I am. People, they take note of that. And there's a lot of healthy people. There's a lot of normal people. There's a lot of good-looking people who feel very self-conscious, who feel very insecure about their things. Usually the most beautiful people, they feel the ugliest. So then they have all these things in their head, and then they see me, somebody that by all definitions of the words could be considered ugly or deformed or whatever, and they see me smiling and they see me confident, and they're like, how the hell does this guy do that? Looking like that, and I'm over here looking perfect, and I feel like shit. And then naturally they're gonna be drawn to me. Like flies to sugar. They're drawn. They want to see what my secret is. They want to get close to me. And once you figure out the human psyche, and once you understand that it's all really like, no one is confident. No one really walks around feeling good about themselves. They're all faking it. They're all winging it. Now, once you figure out that this is like a very thin, vulnerable layer, this whole confidence thing. Once you figure that out, the world opens up, the life opens up, and it's like a cheat code for reality. It's like you've hacked the matrix. And you understand that by just using confidence as a battering ram, you can, thrive in any social situation. And my scar becomes a weapon, an advantage. Less is more. I hope that makes sense. Hello, Viking. I'm 33. I'm about to change career and want to be a software developer. Do you think it's worth it to grind 30 years? Yes, it is. Yes, yes, yes. IT is the best sector that you can go into. Right now, less than 0.05% of the entire world knows how to code. That's 0.05%. Coding is about to be the most sought after skill in the next century. In the next 100 years, that's going to be the most sought after skill. Without a code, you will never, I repeat, you will never be without a job. You'll even be able to work remote. You can go live on an island in the Caribbean and work from there remote, make good money in a country where life is cheap. Put in the work, grind a few more years. You're gonna make it all back and double, and then come back and thank me, man. Send me a bottle of champagne when you do. Severe permanent acne scars make me suicidal. What to do? Any idea or tips that may help? Dude, understand that if severe permanent acne scars make you suicidal, you think that everything is gonna be fixed by a perfect face. You need to embrace it. You need to understand that this is just a space shuttle. It's a neat vehicle. It's about your soul. It's about your energy. This stuff, we're all going to get old. Every single hot girl and hot guy is going to get old and wrinkly, right? This is just a means of transportation. Since when have we started caring about how the space shuttle looks? We should be caring about how it looks when we're on the motherfucking moon. The space shuttle is going to get dented. It's going to get messed up. It is what it is. It's just here to transport our soul, our thoughts, our eye, our brain. That's what it's about. Don't be so stressed because the hood of your car has got some scratches on it. Who cares, buddy? If you didn't have cancer, how would your life gone in your opinion? I would be doing sales. I would be some big time sales manager somewhere, scamming some people. I would probably be overweight with a coke addiction with a couple of kids. That's how most of my old colleagues turned out, so it would be arrogant for me to assume that I would have turned out differently. I hope you guys are understanding and also having a little bit of fun, so don't take everything I say too serious. How do I better manage ego? I'm pretty successful for my age. I do a lot of activities. I sometimes find it hard to take a step back from that. How can I focus more on people without superficial humbleness? First of all, the front, you're young as hell. Dude, you're 22 or something. Like, come on, man. You just need to, there's this thing, man, like we have this thing, this frontal, this frontal head lobe, which still stems from the time of the Cro-Magnon, the thing that came before Homo sapiens, like this thing between ape and human. And this is basically the part of your brain that assesses risks and that basically makes you do dumb shit when you're young. And it only gets better and more developed. It's not fully developed until like 20 something years old. So all this wisdom and stuff is going to come with age. Don't be stressing about lowering your ego, man. You're too young for that. Don't watch too many Jordan Peterson self-help videos either. Like, sometimes we are too focused right now on gathering information and becoming better and constantly evolving. Like, chill, live life. The lessons will come. Trust me, the lessons will come. Like, sounds like you're doing amazing, man. You're doing a lot of activities. You're successful. You're about to travel to South America. Like, don't be looking for, oh shit, but I'm also superficial. You're like, fuck all that. It'll get better. Cut yourself some slack, really. Tend the part of the garden that you can attend to. I totally understand. Great answer. I appreciate you. Would still rather not have gone true. I'm not perfect looking, but holy hell, I just need to get out of my shell. I'm tired of being alone. I'm 26 years old. You're young as hell. Don't stress. Akash, you can get laser treatment and microneedling. You look fine to me. Thank you. Thanks for your advice. I'll never forget that. All right, guys. I am 1 hour and 25 minutes in. I think I did my part for today. So, one more time, if you're watching this, or you are rewatching this and you haven't hit the like button yet, I'm busting my ass here, man. Give me a like if you feel like I've earned it. but it does help me out a lot. Secondly, make sure to, if you want to help me out and spread the word, share my videos, post a video of mine on social media, put your friends on to me. That really means everything to me. And for those who are looking to work with me one last time, I offer coaching services where I do video calls in private. I actually have a client in 30 minutes, so I'm just going to take a little break before I get into that. And this is my email. If you want to think about hiring me, send me an email. We can talk about logistics and see if we can come to an agreement. If not, that's cool. Thank you so much. Thank you, John. The front, thanks, man. Awesome advice. It's getting late here. I got to smash tomorrow. Hope to catch you in the next live. The front, thank you again for your generous donation. I truly and really appreciate that. You're rock, bro. Thank you so much for speaking with us this morning. Thank you, Rebecca. You look so much better than the last time I saw you. That means a lot. Guys, that's it. I love you all. I'll be back with more content soon. And I promise I'm going to be doing more lives. Really, though. One day at a time. All right, guys. Ciao, ciao. Stay safe.